Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square with T-Square Talk. So it is Monday morning, back to the grind, back to the silver moving around. I love it when Monday morning comes around. I wake up, get to check the silver price, and hopefully today we'll maybe continue to see the rise in gold and silver. However, a lot of people, speaking of gold and silver, are talking about what happened during the third State of the Union, which was pretty crazy. If you looked at the thumbnail of the item, it looked like a silver, something all silvery sitting right behind Biden. People are like, what is that? Is that a stack of silver? Everybody was eyeballing it. And a lot of people on Reddit and around the community were wondering, was this some kind of a sign? What's going on? We're going to talk a little bit about that and what that item was. If you saw it on the thumbnail pic, then you might already know what it is. With that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, we're going to talk a little bit about silver today too. I don't think it was a sign, but we're going to talk about that. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button for me. It really helps me out. It is Monday morning. Mondays are always horrible with thumbs up because it seems like Mondays have the lowest rating. I've been actually tracking which days do the best on videos, and the weekends always do really well on the videos. So help me out with that Monday morning thumbs up on this video. So what's going on? By now, the silver market is back opened up, and we've been seeing it slowly inch up. A lot of people wondering, are we going to see some kind of a pullback at the end of the first financial quarter, coming to an end later this month? I'm really hoping so, but I've got my doubts now, because now we're $2 something higher than $2 and something cents higher than what I was thinking the pullback number should have been too. But there's a lot of shorts out there that still will need to be covered. Now, they could take the losses on them, but I'm thinking big banks don't really want to take the losses if they can avoid it. It's always easier to just push the price down and then cover everything out with, oh, the price didn't go up. Now, they can only do that so long. A lot of people seem to think that the price of silver can be manipulated forever. I'm not convinced that it can happen that way. And some people now are even talking about what happened during the State of the Union address. So during the State of the Union address, right behind Biden, there was what looked like a pure silver box. And people were wondering, it was basically an inkwell that was brought to the House sometime around 1819. They estimate 1819, 1820. And it's made out of pure silver. And it holds 3 different inkwells, so maybe they could use a different color. Maybe they just had spares. Who knows? And it's not any kind of a sign, they're saying. But it was funny because, people obviously wonder. I mean, a lot of people we know. Silver has been manipulated for a while. We're seeing gold really taking the jump now. Gold up. What's gold up when you think about it? Gold is up to almost 2,200. We're not really seeing much with silver. We're seeing new highs every day with gold, but silver is sitting at half the price of the high. So a lot of people are getting frustrated. Me, I like it when it's a little lower because it's an opportunity to buy, because now with it being where it's at, I've slowed down my purchasing. But here's the thing. I've already got a fair amount. So if all of a sudden the price spiked to $50 or $100, I'm not going to be complaining. Now, I know some people will tell me, why would you stop buying? Here's the thing. I'm hardcore dedicated. I believe in the cause. I believe that silver and gold will be the money of the future. I believe that, Bitcoin is great, maybe to make some profits real quick, as I've been lucky to make some profits off different cryptos. Not Bitcoin. I never bought any. I only had Bitcoin, I think, once, and I only just bought a little bit of it just to, to buy some and then hope that it went back up, and then it went back up a little and made a couple bucks and then got out. I mean, I wasn't even in it for even a week. So, but when it comes to real money, silver and gold, it's sound money. It's been around forever, and it's funny that they want to point you nowadays into assets, other assets. They don't want you knowing what's real. Now, someone could make the argument to me and say Bitcoin is real money. It's the money of the future. And I'll say blockchain is maybe the money of the future. A blockchain that is backed by gold or silver. I would probably agree with that. Because the blockchain technology is awesome. You know exactly where it is. You can track wallets. You can see the wallets. You know who has what. You can basically account for every single Bitcoin. But if they were to make a whole new crypto using the Bitcoin, I don't know if you want to say algorithm, program, whatever you want to call it, the actual program of Bitcoin, and basically back it to gold or silver, people would probably have faith in it. I think it would have a lot more faith than it does right now. But here's the thing too. Anytime you have more people involved in something, you have what's called counterparty risk. If you put your money into the bank, well, you have the risk that the bank will lose your money. The bank will spend your money. The bank may go bankrupt. Now, some people will say, well, that's why we have FDIC insurance. Okay. Well, FDIC insurance can't insure everybody. There's just not enough money in the insurance fund. Just like when a major hurricane like Katrina or Harvey hit Louisiana or Texas, it was hard for them to pay out every account. We almost bankrupted it. They had way more houses get damaged than they had the money for. And so that's why they were kind of cutting corners, wanting to replace half roofs for people. Oh, well, that roof's not totaled. We're just going to replace half of it. And people had to fight these cases out. But the truth of the matter is, anything has a certain amount of counterparty risk. However, if you hold your own gold, your own silver, there's not as much counterparty risk as the other way. Now, someone could make the argument and say, someone could steal it from you. They could, if you store it in a safety deposit box, they can break into the bank and take it. I guess there's going to be always a certain amount of risk in any case. However, you know what's going on. There are precautions that people can take to protect their silver and gold. Some people have it stored in a lot of different ways. Obviously, if you're not a public person like me, you could probably get away with storing it in a safe in your house or in the closet. Now, me, I'm a little too public to want to keep it at my house. I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, you know I have some coins because you can see what's in front of me. But I don't keep the bulk of my collection here because I worry about that. But you're always going to have a certain amount of counterparty risk. But you can mitigate as much as you can. And with Bitcoin and with all these other things, I think there's a lot of different counterparty risks. I mean, I could think of probably 50 things that could happen that could take out people's Bitcoin, at least for a period of time. Now, does that mean, like I said, that I am 100% against it? Absolutely not. I think the blockchain technology is awesome, and I even hold some different cryptos, even though I am well aware that I'm gambling it by holding it. Moving on, though, to more about silver. You know, silver, it's so manipulated down that when you have something that's manipulated down, it really has more potential, in my opinion, to go up because fair market value wants to set silver at a higher price, but it can't when there is millions and millions of short contracts out there, and they just constantly keep running up the shorts. Every single month, there's more shorts than the previous month. And we're starting to see a movement where people are buying into gold and silver. Now, I'll be honest, more into gold, less into silver. But at a certain point, gold is going to become essentially unaffordable for the average person. Will big banks still be able to buy gold? Absolutely. But the average person's not going to be able to buy an ounce of gold at a certain point. I mean, a lot of people now can't afford an ounce of gold. It's cool when you show someone an ounce of gold because of the value that it has. They are just awestruck by it. And with silver, I mean, you know, anybody can really afford an ounce of silver. I know there are people sometimes that will leave comments, oh, I don't have the money to get into silver stacking. It doesn't take what people think. It really doesn't take that much. You would have no problem getting a generic ounce of silver for $27 right now, $28 maybe. You know, and people are going to say different prices on that. You know, someone might go on eBay and say, oh no, I found one for $27, and they want to hit you $6, $7 shipping. But in general, you should be able to find an ounce of silver out there for $28 or so. And then if you even don't have the $28, I mean, you can always get some smaller stuff. You can get a silver dime for as cheap as, what, $2, $2.25? Silver half dollars are out there. There's a lot of options to get into it that don't cost you an arm and a leg. Now, I guess in any case, there will be people that will be charging an arm and a leg. I've read the comments of people going to their local pawn shops and they want $50 an ounce, or they seen online. I had someone tell me the other day they wanted to get in, but when they looked online for Morgan dollars, they wanted $80, $90 a piece. You know, there's gonna be cases every which way. However, if you know what you're looking for and you know the resources to use to get it, to get the best buys, you take advantage of them opportunities and you stack a little at a time. It's not going to happen overnight, I don't believe. I believe eventually silver, as gold continues to go up, more people will start eyeballing silver. And this ratio that they refuse to say that, oh, it comes out of the ground, yeah, 15 to 1, 8 to 1, but it's really worth 90 to 1. That doesn't even add up to me. I mean, if you've got 8 times more of something, you can't just use the excuse that, oh, well, there's more silver than gold, that's why it's 90 to 1. Okay, there's 8 or 9 times more silver to gold. Oh, but they're going to go up in the mined in space. Yeah, maybe at a new price, but not at this price. It doesn't add up to what we're seeing in the markets. A 90 to 1 price range is just ridiculous. Oh, well, we've seen it higher. We've seen it up to 125 to 1. You're right, we have. And that's under extreme manipulation, in my opinion, because nothing justifies that. And the more that the miners start cutting back on their stuff, someone sent me something the other day how Mexico, Portugal, I think it was, and a few other places are all producing less silver. Now that can either be they're cutting back on how much silver they're pumping out, or it could be they're finding less silver. Now I'm not going to sit here and speculate which of the two it is. However, either way, it's going to cause a semi-restriction or a shortage that will drive the price up, in my personal opinion. This is not financial advice, nor should it be considered as such. However, keep that all in mind when you're making your decision on if you want to stack or not. With that being said, I thank everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. And I'll see you guys again next time on T-Square Talk. Take care, everybody, and have a great Monday and a great week. Bye-bye.